Guys, it's Jeremy. Euro Metal Music Meltdown back with another video. What I have for today, guys, is my ranking of the albums of the mighty Khemmis, one of my favorite bands of the new generation. They formed in 2012. They're out of Denver, Colorado. Pretty much for the most part a straightforward doom band, but they do have a little bit of sludge and stoner rock mixed in there, a little bit of psychedelic elements here and there. But for the most part, they're a pretty straightforward doom band. Mix of harsh and clean vocals, primarily clean. Great guitar work. 4 studio albums in total, so will be a pretty quick ranking. And they were initially on 20 Buck Spin, and now they're on Nuclear Blast Records. So they moved up to a bigger label, which is really good because they definitely deserve more coverage. So let's jump right in, guys. Like I said, only 4 albums, so it should be pretty quick. My number 4 is going to be their debut album, Absolution. Really solid album. As you can see, the artwork all kicks ass on this band. It's one of my favorite artworks of all time too, for any band. This is their debut, like I said. They didn't quite fully find their sound on this one. It definitely has the Khemmis blueprint, but I find the production to be a little bit more on the raw side. Guitar tone has a little bit more fuzz in it. And I find the songs to be all really good, like 7 or 8 out of 10. But there's not that 1 or 2 songs that really stand out as the banger on the album. I just kind of prefer there be very slight peaks and valleys. Even though every song in this album is really, really good, I always like when there's that 1 or 2 songs that really hit you and you kind of go back to them later on. Number 3, I went with Desolation, which is their 3rd studio album. This is where they definitely hit their stride fully in terms of their sound. Not saying this is their best album, but I obviously have a number 3. Again, six songs, 41 minutes in length. Most of their albums kind of follow the same pattern. Killer artwork again. Bloodletting, the opening track is really good on this album. Flesh to Nothing is really good. Deceiver, top to bottom, really solid stuff. And they incorporated a little bit more stoner rock elements in this one, I could hear. Great transitions between harsh vocals and clean, but primarily clean. The harsh vocals don't kind of overstay their welcome if that's not what you're into, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, just really solid album. I just kind of prefer the number 1 and 2 a little bit more. Number 2, I went with their most recent album, Deceiver, from 2021. And this is on Nuclear Blast Records. Again, 6 songs, 41 minutes in length. The final track on this one, The Astral Road, is by far the best song, I'd say. One of the longer songs on the album, over 8 minutes. And the epic at the end, really good song. Definitely listen to that one. But I find this album kind of reminded me of like Blackwater Park era Opeth, which I love because Blackwater Park's my 2nd favorite album of all time. And the way they transition from one sound into another kind of sound really quickly, but it works perfectly, kind of like Opeth does. And this band, they went from like a really doomy sounding part of their song, and then they transition like that into like a beautiful music passage that's just haunting and like melancholy and melodic, and they go right back into the doom elements, really deep tones and deeper guitar riffs. But I love how they do those transitions on this album, kind of reminding me of Opeth a lot, which I love, but more of a doom way opposed to death metal. But really killer album. Bigger production on this album too. It just has a big bombastic sound. It's very in your face and heavy, which I really like. And yeah, just top to bottom, really solid albums, really solid songs. But I find the last song, Astral Road, to be the best. So definitely check the new one out from them. And my number 1's always been The Hunted, their 2nd studio album, which came out in 2016. My favorite artwork of all of them, in my opinion. Really stands out to me. I want to get a shirt of it one day if I can find one. And 5 songs again, 43 minutes in length, same kind of pattern. Every song in this album is pretty much a 10 out of 10. The final song in the album, the 13.5-minute epic, The Hunted, the title track, easily their best song on their catalog, in my opinion. It's fucking amazing. One of my favorite songs of over the past 2000s. And it's definitely my favorite song by them. It's always been. And if you're not familiar with this band, listen to The Hunted. Your mind will be blown. It's a longer song, but it keeps you engaged the whole time. And it's a fucking masterpiece. But again, like I said, the whole album is killer, no filler. Easily their best album, 10 out of 10 for me. And when I do get to 2016 for my, top 10 albums of each year, this will be hands down number one. I can't think of anything else that came out that year that'll really compete with it that much, but I'll have to see when I get there. Yeah, so that's my ranking, guys, of Khemmis. If you're not familiar with these guys, please give them some love. Really, really good band, and should not be overlooked. Easily my favorite newer doom metal band, and sometimes they're, like I said, they compete with Candlemass, Pentagram, all those guys. They're just as good in quality, and definitely check them out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, please give it a thumbs up and join the Metal Music Meltdown family. And stay tuned for the next ranking. I'm not sure what band I'm going to do next, but I'll hopefully have another one up in the next couple weeks. So thanks for watching again, guys, and keep it metal.